Rhinoceroses are in danger of extinction because their horns are prized by hunters. Leitah Mkhabela and the Black Mambas, South Africa's only all-female group of park rangers, are trying to prevent that.
This job that I'm doing, I'm putting my life in the line. My life is at risk.
Every day they fight against poachers in the Balule Game Reserve on the outskirts of Kruger National Park. Can women do this more successfully than men? It's 6 a.m. Leitah Mkhabela's shift is about to begin.
I normally don't put makeup when I go on my morning patrol. I just love lipstick. And yeah, if I didn't put lipstick, I just feel like I'm not myself. Yeah, so I put on lipstick. I'm used to it and I love it.
Leitah lives with the Black Mambas at a small camp in the national park. Close to 30 women are involved in the project. Each morning they start their workday by going out in small groups to check the fences. The women cover 12 kilometers of ground on foot, following the park's fence line. And they're not alone.
The lion was running around here. But it looks like it was only one. I'm used to this, so it doesn't scare us off.
The private Balule Game Reserve borders Kruger National Park on one side. Here, animals can roam freely. There are no fences. Only the outer border of the Balule Reserve is protected.
The reason we're having electric fence here is because we don't want the animals inside the reserve to always have a way to go outside. This main road is quite busy. Cars are people are driving and they're driving so fast. So if animals can always have a way to go out, we're gonna lose so many animals. So another reason the fence has electricity, we are trying to protect the animals from humans.
Time and again, poachers dig under the fence to get into the park. Most of the world's 20,000 remaining rhinos live in South Africa, but around 1,000 of the animals are killed each year. This park is home to around 80 rhinos. All of them have had their horns cut off. This controversial procedure is intended to protect the rhinos from poachers, but the horns grow back and a large part of them cannot be removed. Rhinos have a huge disability. Their eyesight is so poor they can't see things that are over 15 meters away. This makes them easy prey. So the Black Mambas see themselves as the rhino's eyes and ears.
Since we started in 2013, the rhino poaching decreased by 17% in Balule. Bushmeat poaching decreased by 73%. So that shows that we are changing the way things used to be, and we are changing the mentality of people. Because those people who used to come in and put snares or come in and kill the rhinos, they can now see that the mambas are always active.
The Mambas collect information and stay in contact with the local population. This helps them prevent poaching without the use of weapons.
I am sure that women are the best in this job because we are so caring, loving, and we are so secretive. We don't give information to anybody.
Wow, anti-poaching dog, I mean.
But in difficult situations, the Mambas call the anti-poaching unit. Then Johan Grobla opens up his weapons arsenal.
Are the poachers visiting you?
Yeah.
Hi, Sammy.
And yeah, there's a lot of rifles in there, but this is the one that we carry, you see. This is an assault rifle, you know, made for warfare, actually. Mm-hmm. And for ambushes and stuff like this is fantastic. This is a 30 bullets in the magazine, and I carry 3 magazines. This is how the bullet look like. It's quite a nice bullet. This is a stop nonsense, actually.
Leitah, you're not really a big fan of weapons, huh?
No.
No.
How do you feel about that?
No, it's I'm not against weapons. I love them. They're good, but I don't want to use them.
No, it is also better for, you must train a person the right mindset to use a weapon.
Grobler and his team live dangerously. Recently, he found a tracking device underneath his vehicle, placed there so poachers could ascertain his exact whereabouts. While he's thankful for the information that the Black Mambas provide, he's not totally enamored of his female counterparts.
This is all ladies. They are drama queens when they come here. They think they know all. They think they are Mr. Know-All, but they are nothing still. Even me, I'm learning every day. And to get them in that mind change is very important.
Leitah has no time to listen to such criticism. Her workday is long and only ends at 11 o'clock at night. The next morning, the Black Mambas set up a checkpoint. They want to make sure that no one in the park is in possession of weapons or dead animals.
Okay.
We work here in the park and have to check your vehicle. Not because we think you've stolen something, but just because those are the rules. Please open up all the bags.
Do we really have to?
Yes, we have to check everything.
Okay.
The Mambas also look for ordinary wire, which poachers use to set traps.
And then let's say the impala is coming there, running for water, and then at the end of the day, the head of the impala is caught in here. And while the impala will be trying to move its stuff, the snare will just be going like this until it has tightened the neck of the impala and it cannot breathe anymore. One of the days while we were sweeping, we saw a rhino that was limping and it was not working well. And then we tried to monitor the rhino and we found that there was a snare on its leg.
The Black Mambas have already found hundreds of snares like these, thereby saving the lives of many animals. But in front of the stacks of recovered snares lie the skulls of dead rhinos. They serve as a chilling reminder of the animals that did not survive. As dusk falls, the most dangerous part of the Black Mamba's job begins. This is the time poachers set about their work. So the women patrol every night.
And all sort of things. So
Leitah remembers one close encounter with poachers.
they stopped at about 10 meters away from us. They were looking at us. We were also looking at them. And then I told the ladies that we need to run. So that was so challenging and it was so scary.
But all is quiet this evening, aside from the sounds of a couple of impalas and hippos.
Sorry.
Suddenly it becomes a little too calm, and the engine dies out, right next to the hippos.
It happens so many times. So our cars are not the best cars. It's quite challenging because we're in the bush, there is big 5, and now the cars can just stop anytime they want to stop. Yeah, but let's hope it will start.
The next morning, Leitah takes us with her back to her hometown of Luviakarni, which is not far from Kruger Park. She usually works 21 days in a row, then has 10 days free when she can see her family. The region is underdeveloped economically. There are very few prospects. Over half of South African youths are unemployed. It is a desperate situation.
If I find somebody with a rifle inside the reserve and I get to ask them questions and then they told me that I've got nothing, I have to provide for my family, I have to take my kids to school and I'm not working. I studied, I can also use my hands to build houses and everything, but yet I don't get any job. And then that tells you that people are not just poaching because they just want to see all the animals dead. They are poaching because they need money, and that's where you can see that people need to be employed.
The poor economic situation has also had an impact on Leitah's family. Local mines where her father used to work have closed down. He no longer works, nor does her mother. Only 2 of her 6 siblings are employed. Her father is glad Leitah has a good job.
I'm feeling good if my girl is working, me I'm not working, he able to feed me well. So I'm right, I'm good if she's working.
Actually, to myself, it's not. I don't feel a pressure. My parents have been going through a lot raising me and my other siblings, so it's time for us to provide for our parents. For myself, it's good to be born in a big family because if I don't have something, I can depend on my sister. There's always somebody who can help me.
On her way back to work, Leitah visits the Hoed-Spruit Endangered Species Center.
Sometimes seek the love of people.
Here, Natasha Rocha looks after orphaned rhinos whose parents were killed by poachers.
It has happened so many times that the rhino sees its mother being shot, and it does affect them. It really does affect to see their own mother being killed, horn hacked off, your poor mama start waking up. It's heartbreaking.
The visit reminds Leitah of why her job is so important.
I'm doing this for the next generation. I want my kids to know the rhino. So if we lose all the rhinos, the next generation will suffer. They will never know the rhinos. They will just see it in pictures, but they will never get to see the real rhino.
So despite the risks, Leitah Mkhabela will continue to get up every morning before 6 to go out on patrol and save the rhinos.